Hij is vet, hè?
Ja, die is echt vet. Volgens mij wordt er wel live genomen op. Volgens mij. Hij komt altijd wat later, weet je. Ja, zie je, we zijn live, man. Ja, mensen. Yes, people.
How are you?
How are you? Today, the first podcast. I call it Happy Sharjah podcast. With Happy Nintendo fan. We're going to do 4 things. Maybe Happy Nintendo fan. Tell who you are.
Yes. My name is Mohsen, and some people know me as HappYNintendoFan on Twitter and YouTube. And I've been covering some NX news lately. Been doing some research on Nintendo NX and what it may be. And yes, I like you, so this is my first podcast. So we'll talk about Nintendo NX questions. Yes. Just happy Nintendo fan.
Be happy. I'm SharjahGames. I'm SharjahGames. I'm also on Scarface. So okay, we go to begin. You see the topics?
Yes. Lately, people have been talking about the NX and why it might be a smartphone, super smartphone. And although there's some great points, I don't think it will be a smartphone. And for many reasons, one of the reasons I think it won't be a smartphone is because Nintendo has sold a lot of 3DS, so a lot of people play 3DS games. So how will they solve this? They have to have some sort of backwards compatibility. And so, how will they solve this with just one screen? How will they solve this with one smartphone with just touch screen and with just touch control? So I don't know about that. And I have a lot of doubts. Although I know one person who made a video, I forgot his name. I think it's N64. I don't know, I forgot his name, but he made a great video. He had some great points about it. So what are your thoughts about it?
More. More things. That can happen. I don't think they're gonna replace a PS4 smartphone. No. I don't think that, man. No,
No,
not possible.
no. Although I think it might have some sort of form factor looking similar to a smartphone.
Indeed,
I don't think I don't think it will be a smartphone. I don't think it will be a hybrid system. I don't think it will be just one in all system. I think we are just like you mentioned. I think they will release multiple devices. One of
That's
them
what
being the handheld.
Yes, that's what I think. That's what Iwata say. More form
Yeah,
factors.
yeah. He said it. He said it, and it was pretty clear. He left no doubt, and people still talk about the hybrid system, and I don't know. They may have heard something, but I don't agree about it. I think it's not a hybrid system.
No, or they are lying. it is a hard work.
I
Because
don't
it's,
know.
you wanna say they don't do like brothers and sisters. Like brothers and sisters, it's kind of a hard work. Not the, not that way, but they say the other game is a hard work. There will be a home console, there will be a
Yeah.
believe don't believe, but I think there will be a home console and a home
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense to release a home console and to have some sort of control on the go. And I heard about it from people who are close to developers, especially people close to developers in Europe. And they told me the home console has a controller with on-the-go features. It has some sort of Wi-Fi module. It has streaming technology, and so the home console can stream games to the handheld and can also stream mini games like the Dreamcast had, iPhone, Android, and smartphone. Yeah, that's what I heard about what it might be called the hybrid. It's not a hybrid.
that sounds cool to me. And I think that's a route that Nintendo goes because of the new gamepad.
Hou het zinvol als door in meer. Dus laat die trauma, oh jeetje. Of laat me nu gaan bewegen. Ja, laat me nu gaan, want die trauma, die stress, die shit, die brengt stil mijn leven. Ik ga niet ver weg en dat weet je. Ben op de blok met mijn negers, maar toch app je de hele dag. En vraag je me baby, weet je
It was a great concept. It was executed not well, but it was a great concept, and why not improve on a concept instead of changing the concept again and making it a handheld and risking the fact that you might not be selling a lot of console again because you changed the concept. So why not improve what you did wrong last time? And why not add new cool features like for handheld? I've researched some things that point to interactive dynamic augmented reality. That makes a lot more sense than to have some sort of motion controls and detachable controls on a handheld.
You can play all games on the go and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's great.
for me, man. I play
I'm
at
excited.
home, and when I go with my car, when I go and someone is driving, I can play the same game. Oh man, that sounds so really cool, man. Sounds
it's-
really cool to me.
It's amazing. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild can sell a lot of systems. Of course, it's a system seller. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild can sell at least 10 million.
Yes, just like
So-
what Patsy said. Michael Patsy said that.
And that's one more thing. I've seen actual proof that the Nintendo NX, the handheld, will use ROMs, so cartridges. So how will they use that in some sort of super smartphone? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me.
That phone. No, I don't think it's going to be a phone. No way.
No, why would Nintendo try to go full smartphone when they are competing with them? And why not make a cool new handheld and focus on that and focus on games and focus on new gimmicks they are coming up with? Why make a smartphone when the smartphones are competing with you? So you're not unique, you're being one of them. That doesn't make sense to me.
You know why people want that? Because all the games I don't know why people think Nintendo go all smartphone. Why?
Ik heb geen tijd voor al die drama bullshit.
On the
Baby, je
PlayStation
weet de
or
love die is
Xbox.
real, kom bij mij, doe niet voelen. wil
the
mij en ik wil je ook.
They are 50 years in the
Maar
business.
zonder probleem, je hebt te veel aan je hoofd.
Now they're going smartphone.
Je stelt me de vraag van blijf je wel bij me.
I don't
Maak je
think
niet druk, ik blijf tot het
what
einde.
we hear from Eurogamer and some other large gaming media outlets is right. Or at least it's not all right. It can be partly right, but it can be 100% right. And what Eurogamer is saying is our information is 100% accurate. So how can that be when we, on the other side, people who believe in another theory, other science and proof for a home console, for example, how can we then be 100% wrong when we say we are 100% right about the handheld just having a HDMI docking station with no features at all, it's just a HDMI dock. I don't know, but that doesn't make sense. No. Although it's possible, Nintendo makes some kind of tablet, even some kind of small phone factor handheld, and that's a separate thing. It might be, or they are making detachable controls for phones to play the Mario games and whatever they are coming up with in the future. And but I don't think that's all the devices they will release coming years, and that's one mistake Eurogamer is making, and a lot of large media outlets. They're not researching, and they are not even listening to Iwata and what Nintendo is saying. And it doesn't make sense to put your eggs in one basket, all your eggs in one basket. So, our own conclusion from the they call it DMT, and our own conclusion is that it's not one hybrid system. It's more than one hybrid system. Oh, a handheld system. Yeah, it's more than one handheld. It's a home console, the SCD, the supplemental computer device, computing device, will be released later on. So we'll see in the future that Nintendo is coming up with a lot of devices. And for example, just based on my own research and what I've seen so far and heard so far, is that Nintendo is also researching and prototyping virtual reality, and they are also prototyping a lot of Gear VR type of devices. So I think they are up to something, and they are not just making one hybrid handheld system, and especially not with just one HDMI docking station.
Yeah, yes, indeed. You're right, man. Wait, the music, man.
You heard the music?
You didn't hear it,
Oh, okay. You can lower it down. Yeah. Or just, yeah.
Yes, man, that's indeed.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know what I think about smartphones. They're going to put games on smartphones. So
Yeah.
that people can buy their home console or handheld. That's the thing what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Also, one theory I've heard is that Nintendo is making the detachable controls exclusively for the phone. So they will release a lot of new apps and games in the future, and there might be some streaming feature for the smartphones and just smartphones. And that's the whole plan. I don't think it's a hybrid all-in-one system and Nintendo is putting all their eggs in one basket.
Oké.
Ja.
Yes man, ik heb het gevonden man. De muziek stond te hard. Yes, we can
Oké.
hear man. Ze hebben ons helemaal niet gehoord volgens mij.
Oh. And did you fix the
Yes,
music
I fixed it man.
issue?
I fixed it.
The
I
sound.
fixed it music. I fixed the
Okay.
sound man. Nobody hear us. Okay, so then we go start over again. Okay, what's up Happy? Snow Days here in the house. Do you know him? Snow Days?
Oh, see, I didn't see the comments, and now I'm seeing it. Okay,
You see the
so
comments?
the
Okay.
sound was not. Oh, the
Good,
music
man.
is
Yeah,
much
it was too loud.
louder. Okay, sound audio is too loud. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've been talking for
For 10 minutes,
How
10
many
minutes,
hours?
15 minutes, and nobody hear us.
50 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 50 minutes. Yeah. Okay. I thought he was joking, man.
Okay.
I didn't know. I think he was joking that's why I didn't look at it. But now I find it and I. Oh, Elsen Plotter. Yeah, Elsen Plotter. Yeah, Platter. You know him, eh? Elsen Platter.
Yeah. I know him.
He say hi,
Yeah.
man. Okay, so we was talking about if the NX is a home console or a smartphone, because some people think it's a smartphone. Nintendo's go all smartphone because they want Nintendo
This-
IPs on the Xbox and on the Sony console. That's why I think people want Nintendo go.
Listen, it's not a hybrid system. If it's a hybrid system, which I don't believe, it's not the only device. And it's not a hybrid system the way Eurogamer and some people are telling it's a hybrid system. I even think it's the opposite. It's the home console having some sort of on-the-go controller, like a gamepad 2.0 with some streaming and Wi-Fi features.
Yeah, and that sounds cool, man. It's cool for me. I like the kind of things, man. Zelda Breath of the Wild. When I go on the bus, I play the same game. I'm at home, I play the same game. That's nice, man.
Yeah. So we've been talking for 50 minutes, and
No
people
one hears
haven't
us.
been hearing a lot. So because of the music. So sorry for that.
And
But we
I
will-
asked you a couple times, did you hear the music? You say no to me.
No, I
You didn't hear
thought
the
you were
music.
saying, is the music too loud, or are you hearing me correctly? So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I know
No
what
problem.
you mean. No problem. Sorry, peeps. Sorry, people. But now you hear us. So we're going to talk about the second thing.
and what was the
AMD, Nvidia, or DMP? Which team you are? Which team?
I'm Team Nvidia.
Nvidia. I don't believe that, man. You lying.
I'm betraying my followers. I'm betraying everyone.
Oh man, he's lying. Okay,
I've been deceiving everyone.
pick a team.
All that time I was believing in Nvidia, and I've told you that. No man, just joking.
Choose a
No.
team. You have 10 seconds and you must choose a team. Team
No,
DMP and the okay. No, okay.
It's not just about choosing a team, but it's more about what we have researched so far points to AMD for the home console and DMP for the handheld. And it's really, I don't get it. People say Nvidia will power the handheld, or there's a hybrid system they are talking about. But we don't see any proof for that. We haven't seen any science pointing to that. We haven't seen any investor slides. We haven't seen any legit proof for that. So how can I research Nintendo NX all the time? How can I believe in something I haven't seen? I haven't seen something in public. I haven't seen something in private. I've talked to many insiders, semi-insiders, people who claim to know things, and people who back up the NVIDIA side of things. So I haven't seen any proof for that. So when you claim something, you can't back up, or you can't show, or you can't back up with proof in public, in investor slides, in interviews. I can't believe you. It's really that easy. When you give me the most simple, the most basic proof that NVIDIA is really powering the NX, I will think about it and I will research it. But I've researched it myself, and I haven't seen any proof, and I haven't seen anybody that claims NVIDIA is powering the this hybrid handheld device showing anything that proves the point. All I've heard is he said that, she said that, we heard that. And if you remember, after Emily Rogers said, you will hear something soon. You will hear something soon. That's amazing. What happened? A few I can't remember, but I think 2 days. 2 days later. 2 days later, Eurogamer said, look, this is the NX Tegra X1. NVIDIA will power the handheld. It's a hybrid. It's a HDMI docking station with no features at all. It's just a HDMI docking station. You can connect it to TV, and you can play your games on TV, and you can play your games on the go. That was the whole story, without any proof. Without any proof. It's just a report, and it happened one day after Emily Rogers talked about it, or just pre-announced it on Twitter. And what happened? I've heard that also people on NeoGAF believed this story, because someone was told by Emily Rogers to report this on NeoGAF, and NeoGAF is respected by a lot of people because it's a professional site for many people from the industry. So even their opinion is influenced by some things that she has said, or people close to her have said, or I don't know. The whole story doesn't add up. They haven't at least shown any proof in public. So how can I believe something I haven't seen, I haven't heard? So I question it a lot, and so far I've researched AMD and DMP. I've seen a lot of proof for that. A lot of things suggest that AMD will power the home console, for example, and DMP will power the handheld. So what are your thoughts, Charlo?
The first time I have heard about they say we got a chip in the make for a console that used one is x86 and the other is ARM. I know already Nintendo. Who is using always ARM for the handheld? Nintendo.
Yeah.
And this time, Iwata did say we don't gonna make the same mistake with the Wii U, and that's why I believe AMD is going to help Nintendo. And how long are they work together? So long they work together. Why now? Why the hell they going with NVIDIA? I don't believe that, man. Sorry, I don't believe that. DMP. I don't know DMP, you know? I never know Nintendo does something with DMP. So explain me a little bit, what is DMP? Who are they?
Okay, so DMP. DMP has been powering the 3DS, the 2DS, the new 3DS. So they have been doing a lot for the Nintendo handheld. So they have a background. Working with Nintendo, and they have a lot of experience with handhelds, with mobile, with small form factor SoCs, and DMP has also a lot of experience with AR, or augmented reality, and the 3D and the eye tracking technology behind the new 3DS. So yeah, of course, DMP makes sense, but I have to prove that DMP makes sense, and I have to prove that DMP has some sort of connection with this handheld. I believe will be released in March, or at least will be released in 2017.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know about the actual release. It might be delayed to holiday 2017, and the home console might release first in March. I don't know about that one. I'm not sure, but I believe DMP will power the handheld. And why? My proof, or at least what I've seen so far, the biggest red flag is Nintendo is using a Xilinx. The Xilinx emulation development kit, so Xilinx dev kit, and why are they using that? That's a big question. Why are they using that if people claim it's the Tegra X1? The Xilinx dev kit is used to emulate another GPU, a different GPU. So why are they using that? If Eurogamers claims that no, they are using the Tegra X1, so that doesn't make sense to me. So, and also they are claiming that it might be, or they are not even talking about the emulation dev kits, but they are talking about the Tegra X1 being some sort of placeholder, placeholder for the Tegra X2. Okay, but why then will Nintendo use Xilinx emulation dev kits with a lower spec GPU to emulate a higher spec GPU? I've never seen that. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but it does make sense to use the Tegra X1 to emulate another GPU, which isn't ready, and the Tegra X1 can emulate it. So, in my opinion, Nintendo used Xilinx dev kits together with DMP to prepare the developers and to prepare the handheld environment for the upcoming DMP M3000 GPU, and that makes a lot more sense to me than using emulation dev kits for a GPU that's confirmed to be there. Why would you use that for something that's confirmed to be there? Why would you use that for a lot more powerful GPU? It doesn't make sense to me.
It makes no sense, man. Indeed, it makes no sense. Because NVIDIA, what kind of thing? They say that they make chips for cars and a lot more things, but they didn't say they make chip for a console. So why in the heck people still thinking it's NVIDIA?
Oh yeah. And I forgot to mention that, and that's another one. Look, people have been saying, expect something at the hot chips, hot chips. My mind was somewhere. They've been saying, expect something at the Hot Chips 2016 conference. Okay, so at that event, NVIDIA will announce something NX related, or gaming related, or something remotely in the other side of the galaxy related to Nintendo, but they haven't. So why they haven't announced something is the question. So on the other side, DMP, which I believe will power the handheld, has been attending SEDEC 2016, which is a computer entertainment event in Japan. DMP has been attending SNOC 2016, and Xilinx also attended that event, and they both talk about prototyping and SoC emulation. And the last time they did that together was for the 3DS, and it was for the Pika 200 chip. So a lot points to Nintendo partnering with DMP for the upcoming handheld, not NVIDIA. And that's one mistake a lot of people are making, in my opinion, at least. So I don't think NVIDIA is involved at all. And if you go to the presentation slide from the SEDEC 2006, you see DMP, Samsung, Kronos, slash NVIDIA. Neil from NVIDIA was there, and he was a representative to explain a lot of things about drivers and Vulkan API. And if you go to the DMP slide below the presentation, you see DMP mentioning NVIDIA drivers. So and Vulkan documents. So I'm saying DMP is the one powering the handheld, and NVIDIA is helping DMP with a lot of things GPU related. But that doesn't mean NVIDIA will power the handheld. That doesn't mean NVIDIA will supply chips. And people haven't, it's all public info, and people haven't even questioned this and researched this. So I'm really amazed by the level of amateurism from all the large mainstream media outlets, especially, and I mean the gaming related media outlets. So I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
No, it doesn't make sense. Can you explain a little bit Chrono? What is that? What are that Chrono group? What is that exactly?
Yeah, Nintendo is part of the Chronos group, and the Chronos group is a group that is that is supporting Vulkan API, and Vulkan API was first created by AMD, I believe, and AMD then donated Vulkan to the Chronos group, and it's an API that is architecture independent. So whatever architecture you are building on, whatever platform, whatever device, Vulkan API is the best fit for that. So it's supporting a lot of GPUs, and so far, from what I've seen and researched, Nintendo is using it and using some of the features Vulkan API has, like CPIR, which is for cross-platform development. Nintendo is using it because they have multiple devices. So if Nintendo doesn't have multiple devices, why does Nintendo support this feature?
Indeed.
Because it wasn't just Vulkan API, it was also CPIR and a lot of other features, and they are also supporting Zenko, and that is a cross-platform development engine. So you see a lot of signs just in public, not just in private, from what I'm hearing and what people are hearing. Just in public, you see so many red flags that it's not a hybrid system.
No, of course, no way it's a hybrid system.
No.
So, okay, we're going to talk about the next point, but I think we're going to point 3. I know I'm going to turn them on because I want does Nintendo need EA support? That was the fourth point, but we're going to do this now and the other one later. What do you think?
Does Nintendo need EA support?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, of course. EA, look, guys, I know some of you guys don't like EA, but EA is not a small company. EA is not a small boy. It's a big boy. It's a dangerous boy. It's a large company. They have a lot of IPs. They have Mass Effect, FIFA, Battlefield, Star Wars, Madden. They have so many IPs, and EA is so powerful. They like doing business with a lot of companies and releasing games on multiple platforms, but they are so powerful. They can release a console tomorrow and they will sell a lot of units because they have so many great IPs, and a lot of people underestimate how powerful EA is. And I've been saying this a lot on IGN boards, for example. You can't say Nintendo doesn't need EA. No, Nintendo does need EA, and one of the reasons Wii U failed was because EA dropped support, if you remember.
Charlo. Can
Yes,
you
indeed.
remember?
Yes, I can
Yeah,
remember that, man. And
one of
the games EA put on the Wii U, they was not
yeah
good, man. They're missing a lot of stuff.
yeah.
What
Why?
I think about EA, I think Nintendo need EA indeed, but if Nintendo don't have EA and they make the games that EA had, like the sport games,
Oh
then
yeah,
I
that's
say
interesting.
no.
Yeah,
Then I say no.
yeah,
They need them. They don't
yeah,
need them. But when if but Nintendo does don't have sport games and that kind of games that
yeah,
EA had, so I say yes. They need EA, but I think they need more than only EA because of
yeah.
kind of some games like Call of Duty. Yes, you need that. Nintendo need Call of Duty also.
But if you remember, Nintendo can do it. Yeah, of course they can do it, and they can create some sort of Nintendo style sports games,
Sports games,
and
yes.
they have some experience with that, and they've been working with Sega on some of those games, um, like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and their own games like Mario Soccer and tennis and all those games. But if you remember, Sega also tried to mimic those sports games EA had, and Sega failed. And
Indeed.
and if you remember, one of the reasons Sega failed was because EA dropped Sport 2. EA was against EA. You know, they have some weird practices. EA dropped support there, and Sega died. And it was one of the reasons, and it was also one of the reasons the Wii U failed, because EA dropped support, and all of a sudden, all the third-party studios dropped support slowly. So
It was indeed one of the reason we you fail, but I
yeah,
think the main reason is Nintendo self.
yeah,
The marketing was not good.
yeah. No.
Well,
No, the marketing.
the
No.
marketing was not good. They wait too long with the big games. That was the problem, man.
And you know why the marketing is so awful. Believe me, Charlo. I've been I had some sort of assessment at my university, and one of the topics I covered was Nintendo and how they are interacting with fans online with real media, real time marketing. So, for example, something happens today, you talk about it today, not 20 months from now.
Indeed.
So that's real marketing. You can use it to your own um, benefit.
Can hype
And
things up.
Nintendo is not doing that, so it works against them. For example, they've announced NX in March 2015. So
15 indeed, yeah.
what have you heard so far about the NX? The NX is a new concept. Okay,
Yeah, only
so what
that.
is the NX?
What's
Is
the
the
new
NX a
concept?
software solution? Is the NX a database? Is the NX cloud? Is the NX an account system? Is the NX some sort of tool for a developers? Is the NX a home console? Is the NX a hybrid system? Is the NX a handheld? Is the
Can be everything.
what is it? Is it
Yeah, what
a
is it? Yeah.
smartphone? Is it a
Right.
tablet? Nobody. And one of the reasons is that Nintendo is um, doing doing some sort of mixed marketing. They are not really sure about how to market the NX, and that is one thing I'm concerned about the NX, that the mixed messaging and the lack of communication with fans and the lack of communication with consumers in general, and um, I hope they will improve that in the future, because that's not how you interact with fans. And fans are consumers. Everyone, nobody will buy the NX if you don't communicate what it is. And that was one of the reasons that Wii U failed. So
Indeed, yes, that was
I hope they
indeed.
will improve it with the reveal. Yeah,
Yeah, the marketing, eh? Yes,
yeah.
they must do that
Marketing.
better, way better.
I'm not sure about that. So everybody, okay, look. When I say Nintendo is awesome, then I'm awesome. When I say Nintendo has a lot of flaws, a lot of mistakes, a lot of room for improvement, then I'm all of a sudden angry Nintendo fan, and I'm hateful, and
are wrong and I'm all bad things. So no, you have to look at it this way. I'm a Nintendo fan. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I love Nintendo. And why I'm saying these things is because I love them. I want them to improve. If I don't mention the things wrong about the NX and Nintendo, they won't improve. Yeah, of course. And one of the reasons Xbox One today is the Xbox One you see, and the Xbox One you see in my background is because fans were mad. Fans let Microsoft know they don't want some kind of TV device you can only play Netflix on, and you can't play used games, you can't play this, you can't play that. It's a closed system, and a lot of people don't get it. When you ask for improvement, you will get the improvement. When you stay quiet, of course you don't get any improvement. And the Nintendo community has this disease that they don't want to talk about the improvements, and all of they want to talk about is the amazing things. And yeah, of course Nintendo is amazing. Like Apple is amazing, Microsoft has some amazing stuff, and Sony has some amazing stuff.
Yeah, everybody had amazing stuff, man.
But you have to talk about the improvement too.
Yes, the bad things. That's the things why you can be better. If you don't make bad things, you can do better. Someone want to ask something?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Do your thing, man. Ask what you want. What do you want to know? You can ask now. Awesome. When do you think the next reveal? When do you think the Nintendo NX will reveal? That's also a topic for that was an extra topic.
Yeah, I think next week, in the next 2 weeks. I don't think in October. But why do I think that? It's because Untyped Hero, who is a verified user on Reddit, has been talking about this, and he mentioned the dates 21st and 22nd September, I think, and he's talking about late September. And if you remember Untyped Hero, I talked with him back in April on Reddit very shortly, and before he went away from Reddit, because I don't know, maybe he was scared away. But Untyped Hero said the NX will be delayed or at least released in 2017. He didn't believe it will be released in 2016. And what happened? 3 weeks later, Nintendo announced the next generation of Nintendo will release in 2017, in March 2017. So he said that 3 weeks before it was announced on Twitter. And people have been questioning him, and people have been saying bad things about him, and people have been saying a lot of things that are not true about him. But so far, he's made a lot of points that are legit, and I've been researching some of his stuff, and I'm hearing something back from people close to developers that have been saying, look, what he's saying is factual. For example, the thing I mentioned about streaming, the thing I mentioned about the home console being some sort of hybrid and having some on-the-go controller, those things are the things he mentioned back in April, and he was discredited. And he also talked about the release. He was discredited. So I don't think he's a fake guy. I think he knows a lot, and the fact that he doesn't talk a lot doesn't mean that he doesn't know anything.
I hope next week, man. I hope next week. And when it will reveal next week, we're going to do the same thing what we do now. We're going to do the reveal together, huh? Happy Nintendo?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you can watch it live with us. But with Nintendo, you never know, man. You never know with Nintendo.
No. Oh, you never know.
You never know. Maybe it's next month. You never know. But I hope next week. I can't wait longer, man. It's too crazy to wait. The wait get me crazy, man. So
No,
yes, yeah, we think next week or at least this month.
this month, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
so.
yes.
Because, and I mentioned it, it doesn't make sense for Nintendo um,
Wait
to
longer,
delay it any longer. So they've been announcing this thing or these consoles, this project for so many months now, and they will delete it, delay it again. Come on,
I don't think so,
it
man.
doesn't make sense to me. But okay, maybe it's true, but that doesn't mean everything that some media outlets have been saying and now are saying it will be revealed in October is true. So I don't know.
Did you heard about the Amiibo Nintendo Europe
Yeah,
has leak?
yeah, that was a cool one.
Yes, yeah,
Because I think some people saw in the source code of the
indeed.
URL in the website that NX was mentioned. So that's seems pretty legit so far.
March
Yeah.
4.
March 4,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I've said 2 weeks ago, I think a couple of weeks ago, I was talking with Awesome in a direct message, and I said it will be released before the end of the month, and highly likely in the beginning. And as I think I said, seventh. So I was close. If
it
this
was
is true, I
close.
was pretty
Yeah,
close.
it's
Yeah.
really
And
close, man.
reason why is I think they wanna impact the stocks. So they wanna impact the stocks to have something to say to investors. Look, we have been selling so much, and
Indeed, yeah.
our new fiscal year begins after this. So that's my whole reasoning behind.
That's why I think that. Okay.
Oh yeah, one thing. I see someone says I think Nintendo NX is the final name.
Yes,
Uh,
what's the file
uh,
name?
just around 2 hours ago, someone direct messaged me, and he said he found something. I have to share it on my
Twitter.
Twitter feed. Yeah, and someone has seen something on Amazon Germany with some sort of battery or yeah, some sort of battery pack, and the title is Nintendo NX. Oh no, sorry. The title is NX console battery pack, and that was really strange. So I have to look into that and research it, and I will talk about it in the next few hours or tomorrow, hopefully.
But do you like the name Nintendo NX?
Nintendo NX, yeah, I like it. It makes sense. It's
It,
Nintendo across platforms, so
yes, indeed, yes. Because but yeah, this name is now about 2 years. So I think I like it also. I like this name, man.
I
I like this name.
also hope Nintendo keeps the name out of respect for Iwata. So it was
Indeed.
his last project, so keeping it is
I heard something about that.
showing some respect to him. Yeah,
I was heard something about that they're gonna keep this name because of him.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing if they do.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I've heard about something about this that they were thinking about to keep this name because of Iwata.
yeah.
This sounds good, man. I like this name also. I like this name really.
Yeah.
So okay, what do you want to know something else, people from the chat? If you want to know something or if you want to ask something, you can do it now.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Snow Day says it's not a real battery pack, so I don't know. I have to look into it. Someone sent it to me. It could be, yeah, of course, it could be something else, but I think it mentions console. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, then we go. If the no one have to want to ask something, we go into the next topic. And the next topic is: what games have you heard about, and what do you think about them? Happy. I know you know.
Nothing. I haven't heard anything so far.
I know you heard a lot of things, a lot of games. So,
No.
do you think, man?
The
What
problem
kind
is,
of games, man?
yeah, what do you think about that? I don't know. The Amazon link about the reveal date.
Yes.
It might be legit. Yes,
Yeah.
the Twitter leak. Yeah. I think it might be legit. That's now the fourth time someone mentions end of September. I've heard it from some of my sources. I think 10K mentioned it. That's two. I think Gaming Bold Friends, they mentioned it, and I think Amazon leaked it on Twitter, and I was talking about NX and how I want to prepare myself for FIFA 17 on NX, and EA replied to me in public on my public Twitter feed, and EA said, "Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan." So, okay,
About FIFA
that's some
17.
sort, and they said, you will be able to play the demo or the beta on September 22nd. So that's now, if you count that some sort of indirect tease, that's now the fifth time websites or some sources or some accounts mentioned September 21 or 22 or 22nd. So I don't know, man. It sounds pretty legit, and I hope so. I hope it's true, because I'm
Yes.
tired of waiting.
Yes,
to be
tired of
honest.
waiting, man. Me also.
Tired of
I
waiting.
can't wait anymore. And another question: what about 3DS Web? 3D Web.
3D swap. Yeah, I've heard
3D
about the
Swap.
name. I don't know if
Legit.
I don't know yet. I've seen someone DM'd me with Nintendo copywriting the name 3D and then space swap. That's one thing. I had to look into it. It was sent last night, and I think Awesome mentioned it. But anyway, but the 3DS swap was mentioned by someone who claims to know people at Ubisoft and Gaming World, and there's also apparently an insider on a French blog. He's been talking about this, and this is how the 3DS swap info became public. So I don't know, but that so far 3 or 4 forces mention it, mentioning it, and it sounds reasonable.
What do you think about the name?
The name makes sense. The name makes sense if it has some sort of VR VR feature.
Okay, swap.
Then it makes sense if you use some sort of Samsung Gear VR type of device, or the actual Gear VR from Samsung. Then it makes sense, and you can use some Google VR applications. In that case, it makes sense, but I'm not really sold yet on the whole concept, because I think it's not really. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me to have one screen. If it's true, I think they have 2 screens, but you can flip the screen around, and you can flip it and close one screen. Maybe you can have one screen. Okay, in that case, it's believable. Although I've heard it more than once and from more than one source, so
okay,
I think
it can be true.
that there's some truth to this.
Yeah, okay.
But I haven't been promoting this or talking about this so much as the DMP and AMD stuff, because when it comes to concepts and prototypes, it might not end up in the final product. So that's why I haven't been talking about this so much. And this could be true, but it could be some prototype. Plus the name could be some code name devs used for the handheld.
Just like the NX.
Yeah.
Snow Days. He says Studio Guard said. Okay, do you read it?
Yeah, Studio Guard said it, and he said Call of Duty was behind closed doors at Call of Duty Expo. Yeah, he's pretty legit.
Did he mean for the NX or for the swap?
I think this was for the handheld.
Okay, for the handheld. Okay.
Yeah, and why? I've seen what he mentions is related to Binox. I think that Binox is creating the Call of Duty game for the Nintendo NX handheld, and I've seen some of my own from my own research. I've seen some things that point to this. I've seen the studio who has past experience with Nintendo games, having games in development that are TBA and are secret, highly secret and NDA stuff. And I think this is just for the Nintendo upcoming handheld. Yeah.
But
So it makes sense. Yeah.
let me ask you this: Do you think
No.
they're gonna make games for both? That you can play that you get one game and you can play on both, or do you think both gonna get their own games?
Yeah. I think I'm not sure about that one. I think Nintendo will use cartridges
I know for sure.
for the handheld, of course, yeah. But it might be used for the home console too. So you have one game, you can use it in the home console, and the handheld, or the same format. But I'm not sure about home console and handheld using the same game. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I made some concept back in July or August about this, about how it might be it might be possible with Xilinx technology, but I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I read a couple things from Iwata, and the first thing what I thought was they're gonna make one game and you can play on the handheld and the home console.
Okay.
This is also a win-win situation for third parties, because when EA drop one game, one FIFA,
Yeah.
and you can play on both, it's gonna be sell. If it didn't sell on the home console, it sell on the handheld.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Nintendo is going to do this.
Yeah.
That's why I think Nintendo is going to do this. It's a win-win situation for every third parties.
Yeah.
Their games going to be sell.
Yeah, most of the time, when Nintendo is talking about a unified platform, when they are talking about the infrastructure and architecture, they're not really talking about a hybrid system, in my opinion. Even Iwata said it. He said, when we talk about a unified platform, we are not talking about a hybrid system or having one system, but people are ignoring that. So they're ignoring
I don't know
that.
why.
Yeah. I don't know. And they're using it to their own benefit. So I don't know.
I don't know why.
And it doesn't make sense anyway to have one system, but it does make sense to create games in game engine and scaling it up or down based on the type of device. So Nintendo might have 3 devices in the future, or just 2, and they can port it, or they can scale it down based on the device. And it's also possible in game engines these days, in a lot of them. For example, Unity engine. I can create a game for Android, and with one click, I can change the platform settings. I can port it to iPhone for iOS. I can port it to Wii U. I can port it to Xbox One. You can change the platform settings. So what Iwata was talking about was more about a unified platform for developers and a unified platform for gamers and consumers, and accounting systems, a cloud-based system. I don't think, and also it could be for games also, so to make it easier for a type of game to be played on both systems, but not necessarily meaning that you have one cartridge and you can play it on both the NX home console and NX handheld and NX phone or whatever type of device they are coming up with in the next few years.
Or maybe you buy one and you can download the other one. because he also talked about that in Japan they don't like home consoles.
Yeah.
I know that. And I know that I can. I read it, and he was also talking about look,
Yeah.
in Japan they don't like home console, so that's why I think they're gonna be a handheld and a home console, and that they play
Yeah.
both games. But maybe when you buy one game, you can stream the other. Maybe they're gonna do some kind of things like that. That's what Snow Day also talk about. And I think he was also talking about the OS, because he talked that
OS,
day
yeah.
about the OS. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he talked about, and they want to do like how Apple does it.
Yeah.
Did you remember
Yeah,
that?
I think the look, so far Nintendo has had many platforms, many operating systems, different dev kits, different SDK from what I've researched, and different type of apps on devices. And I think they looked at Android, they looked at Apple. They see all these things, they see smartphones, and they are saying, look, why do we have to reinvent the wheel every time? Why do we have to create new operating systems, create new apps, create new dev kits, SDKs, new tools for developers? Why do that when we can have a unified development kit environment with the SDKs, with game engines, scaling down games, scaling up games based on the type of device and specs? Why not having one unified accounting system? You can lock on the NX handheld, you can lock on the home console, you can lock on your Miiverse account. Why not having one cloud-based system? You can save all your save files there. You can play the same game. You can export save files to one device from another device. So I think that's the whole idea. It's not Nintendo putting all their eggs in one basket and having one device. It doesn't make any sense.
No way.
No.
Okay. I have a question. What do you think about the SCD, the supplied computing device?
The supplementing
Computing device. Supplementing.
Yeah.
I say
The
supplied.
supplemental computing device. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I've heard about the SCD from some people who shared legit info with me in the past, and one of them says the supplemental computing device will be released a couple of months later. It could also release in November or holiday 2017. So I think it's legit, and Nintendo has been patenting this, and the patent is paid off and it's granted, so it makes sense.
They're gonna use it, eh?
They're going to use it anyway. They're going to use it in some shape or form, and I think this is for boosting the power of the handheld and home console, and for cloud-based solutions, and for saving files, for streaming games to the handheld, or maybe some mini games to the phones or tablets. It's all possible.
But what do you think it can do, only that kind of things or more things? Do you think it's going to be bigger?
I think it can boost the power.
Okay, more power.
Boost more power, yeah, in general.
How many power do you think?
I think I've heard when Nintendo will use the SCD eventually, it will bring the power of NX closer to PlayStation Pro, or the Neo, as they call it.
Sounds good.
Closer, not 100.
Not the same, but close.
Not slightly.
But
just closer. I think when you have a needle, it will be, and the needle is in the middle. I think it's closer to the PlayStation Pro than the original PlayStation 4. So I think it's in the middle. I think with the SCD, Nintendo NX might be in the middle. So around 60%, 40% more powerful than PS4.
Okay.
At least, I don't have any specific details. So developers don't talk a lot about it. From what I've heard, it might be closer to Neo or 60 to 40% more powerful than PS4. But I think that's mostly speculation. It will boost the power, but we don't have specifics because I've been hearing these things from second-hand and third-hand, and the actual developers don't talk about these things. It's highly secret and stuff. So yeah.
What if you can buy two?
No. I don't think.
You don't think two?
Because no, that will add any impact. No.
Because the patent I know they have two supply the devices, two of them. One console and you have two of them, and that's why I ask you, what if they?
I think that's just the Nintendo drawing pictures and saying, look, if a lot of people use these SCDs, then you will get a better improvement in games in general.
If more people use it.
Yeah, it will add to having better server capabilities. So I think that's it. I don't think when you buy two, or I don't think you can even use two.
Maybe you can use only one. But do you think they're gonna? Is this the way Nintendo going to upgrade?
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe about 2 years, 3 years, another one.
Yeah, I think Nintendo 64 had the
expansion pack.
The expansion pack, yeah. And that boosted the power, and we saw games like I think Turok, yeah. And did Conquer use it or not?
I don't know. I don't know that one, man. But I know
can't
Turok.
Remember. I think
was the first game.
Yeah, I think Perfect Dark used it.
Perfect Dark?
No, Perfect Dark didn't.
No.
No, but some games used it. Not a lot of games used it, but some games used it, yeah. And there was some sort of upgrading solution for Nintendo 64, and I think this is some sort of expansion pack. So, and it makes a lot more sense. So, why I don't think? Look, for example, the PlayStation 4 Pro. Although I'm a tech guy and I love it, it would be a lot more cooler to have some sort of expansion pack for the console instead of releasing another half-gen console. And also being too early with it, because the Xbox Scorpio is releasing next year, and it will be more powerful, and the difference will be obvious.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's a smart choice from Sony to do that.
I don't think so, man.
And I think this at least from an upgrading perspective makes a lot more sense for Nintendo.
I think they're smart, man. The people from Nintendo are smart, man. You know what I find? What's funny? Everything leaks, but Nintendo things don't leak. Why?
Nintendo is highly secret, man. Nintendo. Look, I've been. Someone said the other day what some of the people have been saying on the internet who seem to know a few things. Those things are just the tip of the iceberg, and not even the tip of the iceberg, because they are so highly secret about their console, their games, about everything NX related. It's impossible to leak all the important stuff. So, for example, I've seen some things related to the controller, to a possible controller. But I don't know everything about it, because a lot of people I talk to say, yeah, it's highly secret. Nothing specifically has been shared with us. No specifics. so they don't talk a lot about the actual concept, the actual gimmicks, the actual tech behind the controller, the home console. So I think you're right. Nintendo is really sneaky.
They're really sneaky, man.
Yeah.
But how do they do that? How did
Snake.
they do that, man? So you need Solid Snake.
Yeah.
How did they do that? No, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, almost everything leak. But
We need to hire this guy, Snowday.
the cable guy. Yes, man. Maybe he can help us. Yeah, man. So
The cable guy.
yeah, Snow they say, do you find it weird that Foxconn leaked PSV Pro but hasn't leaked Nintendo NX? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
I
weird.
don't know. Maybe the NDA is
Really,
it's a lot more strict. I don't know what kind of contracts they have with Nintendo, but it has to be highly secret and strict.
I think
Yeah,
something like this,
strict
man.
NDA.
I think something like this. If you leak, you die.
Yeah.
Simple.
But
Yeah,
so
but
I think Nintendo, the Nintendo ninjas are pretty scary.
they are scary, man. If you leak, you die. Simple. Why nothing leak, man? Nintendo NX, 2 years. People are searching and thinking, but no. I think we know nothing.
Yeah.
Just
I don't
a
know.
little bit.
I also think Nintendo is really it's not necessary to be this secretive about a lot of info. Look, you can be secretive about the controller, about the actual gimmick, okay, about the concept, but not about what it is. Is it a console? Is it a handheld? You can say those things. About the specs, you can maybe release some minor info, but when you are so highly secretive about everything, of course a lot of people make up things that are not true. Of course a lot of people who may know a few things will speculate, and the story will evolve in something that might not be 100% true. So that's one mistake I see Nintendo making in this whole NX story. They are letting people, the social media, the leakers, the fans, everyone who's super hyped about the NX to talk about it in a way that is not always 100% correct,
Correct.
and they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing anything real-time marketing related. They're not the PR is not really something that you can call even decent. I don't know. I'm not really happy about that one. I'm not really happy about the marketing so far.
But Nintendo's this time they are no make jokes, man. They didn't make jokes, man. They are really, they don't make jokes this time, man. Things what I read about how they talk about the NX. The NX is going to be good. That's the way they talk about it. It's going to be good. It's something new, something crazy, but we have to guess. Everyone have to guess. We have to guess.
Snowday is saying, important question. Do you think Nintendo told journalists fake leaks so they won't leak the real thing? Yeah. I think that's partially true. I think it was a controlled leak. I think Nintendo is really smart, and they know how to inform journalists and what to say and what not to say. I think Nintendo has some sort of plan, and they figured everything out, and they said, look, we're gonna leak a few things, we're gonna keep a lot of things secret, and we let the media talk about it, and we'll see what happens. And I think the whole plan is to surprise everyone with what they have.
They misleading,
surprise everyone. It will be revolutionary.
Of course,
And
indeed.
for the whole handheld, at least I think for the handheld, it's some sort of interactive AR. So the characters in the game can interact with your real environment. You can interact with the environment. You can interact with the characters, and I think that's really something new. But that's speculation on my part. I think it might also be something incredibly surprising that even I don't expect, or you don't expect. Maybe not even some indie developers expect, and only AA developers know of. So we'll see soon.
We'll see soon, indeed. It's not long. We don't have to wait long anymore. At least this year. 2 months, 3 months. We're gonna see soon. It happens soon, man. I hope next week, peeps. Next week.
Nintendo is so sneaky.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
really sneaky.
Did you guys notice the Kino Flip Tegra reference in the Nintendo Direct? In the 3DS Direct.
Oh yes, man, yes.
Snow Day. If you go back to that video, Nintendo 3DS Direct, Nintendo is so sneaky. They laughed at everyone. They laughed about all the rumors, and I think Nintendo just made jokes about the Tegra story so far. So they know a lot. Yeah, they know a lot.
They're not crazy, man.
They see things, but they remain secretive, and some of it is, I think, because the gimmick they are coming up with is incredibly surprising.
And that's what I call professional, man. The way they work, they are professional, man. So they are professionals.
Yeah.
They know, they see everything we do, but they didn't say zip, nothing. They say nothing. They are professionals. They are real professionals.
Yeah.
They are smart. They are sneaky. Believe me, they are sneaky.
Yeah. If you go back to the Nintendo Direct, you'll see in the end Bill Trinan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Trinan. And Reggie Fils-Aimé. Those two guys are talking about the Galaxy 3DS, and Bill Trinan is holding the thing, and it's lifting the 3DS, and all of a sudden you hear what? You hear the Mario Galaxy sound effect. It's the sound effect of, I think, I played the game, and it's the sound effect of Rising Star, and there was a reference to the Mario Galaxy series, and I think Nintendo will release a new Mario Galaxy game.
You know what I also think was funny? When Reggie say, "Where is my 3DS with the 100 games?"
Yeah.
When he said it, I think, what did he mean? What did he mean with that?
Yeah, it was really cool. He came back to the guy. I think it was the cameraman. No, it was the guy who wrote the plan and program, and who scheduled everything. And the guy, he came back to the guy, and he said, "Which 3DS?" And he said, the one that's coming out in 2017 with all the games, the new 3DS. I don't know. Even though I know he was referring to the new 3DS.
Indeed. That's
it was also really a weird, awkward conversation. I don't know. Maybe he meant something. But I don't know.
But
I give a lot of hints and tease a lot of things.
What I was thinking is maybe you can play the NX games on the 3DS also. That was what I was thinking. When he say the one with a lot of games, you know, I was thinking, what does he mean with? Why did he say a couple times the one with?
It's really
all
weird.
The games?
Also, the timing is really weird. They are releasing a new handheld or hybrid, or home console, we still don't know, but we know the handheld they are talking about is highly likely powered by DMP. So they are releasing a Nintendo Direct 1 month or a couple of weeks before the Nintendo NX reveal, and it's really weird. I don't know. Maybe they wanna say, look, we will support a system for at least 1 or 2 years, and you don't have to worry. And now we will release the handheld, the new handheld in March. Or it could also mean, look, the 3DS has a lot of life still left in it, and we will release the handheld in the end of 2017 or early 2018, and they will release the home console first. So it was a lot of mixed messages I heard in the interrupted in the whole Nintendo Direct.
Okay. I've heard something about a stream service. Did you hear something about that?
Yeah, I heard about it. But I think Snowden says the sound's gone. Is the sound back?
But I don't know what the sound's gone. Let me hear if sound's gone. Let me look.
Is the sound back?
I have sound, man. I think it's his problem.
Oh, okay. I heard. Yeah, I heard it.
It was mine.
Okay.
Yeah,
No problem. No problem.
Yeah. Okay, so
2
yeah,
hours.
what do you think about that, man? About that?
Yeah, the streaming. Okay, so someone told me. I can't say a lot about him. But someone told me he knows someone, and that someone told him that he has heard that a new home console from Nintendo will release soon, and that home console has some sort of streaming feature, and it can stream games to smartphones and the Nintendo handheld. And he also even said that person is referring to the home console as the Nintendo Stream console. So Nintendo Stream. That was one of the reasons I made a concept logo on my Twitter and joked about it. I said the Streamcast. So just like Dreamcast, the Streamcast. So I've heard about it, and I think this new home console will have streaming features. Yeah.
But I mean stream service like old games. That Nintendo's working with Dana. Dennis together with Dana. DNR, I don't know how you call them.
Dana, yes,
Dana, and they are almost a stream. They got network, good networks. They are good in mobile games, and that's what I think. Normally, Nintendo, every console can play the old games, but now they don't going to use the same things like what they did with the Wii U. It's a whole new concept. How can we play Wii U games on the NX? And that's why I think they're going to give us a stream service. A service that you can buy maybe for $10 or maybe $15 in a year, or $15 in a year, in a month, maybe in a year, I don't know. And you can stream all Nintendo games, all Wii U games, that kind of thing. I think they're going to do something like that, man.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah. It's highly possible. I think Nintendo is able to do that and might also do that.
With Dana?
With Dana, yeah.
Because of Dana. Yeah.
Because of Dana and because of some of the new partnerships they have. And I think I've seen a lot of partnerships with streaming or networking companies. So a lot of companies that are specialized in cloud computing, in streaming technology, in internet features. So I think the Nintendo NX will support some sort of streaming
like that, huh?
feature, yeah, and
Well,
also a streaming service, yeah.
How do
It's
you call
live again, so I like it, yeah.
How do you call the team that work on that kind of stuff from Nintendo? Nerd?
Nerd, yeah.
Nerd, eh?
Nintendo Europe R&D, research and development, yeah.
Nerd, indeed.
They're also working on a lot of things, a lot of secret NDA stuff, and I don't know a lot about that. I don't know anything about that, the NDA stuff, but I've seen some public info from Nerd that has mentioned working on next generation consoles. Consoles, not console. Next generation consoles.
Consoles.
And I've even shared that on my public Twitter.
Indeed, yes, I know which one you mean.
Yeah.
So handheld and home console. Indeed. Okay. Okay. See, he is asking you something. Do you think Nintendo NX will have glassless 3D for Nintendo NX home console?
Yeah. It's possible.
Did you hear about that?
No. I think OJ from Player Essence mentioned it in a video 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Yeah, I has also a video for what I mentioned that.
Nintendo showed a video with a concept like this, with glassless 3D for any TV. And it was for games, and I think they can use some sort of a glassless 3D. Yeah.
I've read that they have showed it in sometimes, I don't know when, they have showed it on the back door, man. They've showed it.
Okay.
I've heard, I read that sometime. I don't know when I've read that, but they haven't showed that kind of technology.
Yeah, so I think they showed it at an investor meeting back in 2015 or early 2016. Yes. Player Essence showed a video about it.
Yes, yes, indeed. I did the same. I did the same, man. When I saw that, I think, oh, this is cool, man. The grass-free 3D every TV. Man, it sounds great, man. If Nintendo is going to do that, I think it's great, man. And that's why I think what I say, more form factors. The NX going to have more form factors.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And I think Nintendo NX is a long-term project, in my opinion. We will see more than one device.
Indeed.
In the next few years, and that's one thing a lot of people are missing. They think Nintendo will just release one console and hope for the best, and if it fails, no problem, they'll create another one.
Yeah, they've got a lot of money, man. Okay, so we're going to do the last question, man. The last topic.
Yes.
What games do you have heard about, and what do you think about them?
Yeah, so like a couple of weeks ago, someone contacted me who seems to know someone who knows something about Retro Studio IP, the new IP, or the game they have in development. So I said, what game is it? Is it a new game? Is it an old game? Is it something different? Is it a remake? And the interesting part is he contacted me after he saw some of my videos, and one specific video where I talked about 5 games that might return to the NX, are likely to return to NX and will make a comeback. So 1, F-Zero, Metroid, Star Tropics, Kid Icarus, and Wave Race. 5 games. It was interesting for me because he contacted me after he saw that video, and he even mentioned it. He said it wasn't specific, so I want to know which game do you think it is. And I said, I mentioned a few, and I don't want to go into too much specifics, but I misunderstood him. I thought he meant Kid Icarus, so I later corrected that and questioned it again. I contacted him again, and he said, "Look, I don't know about that, but Retro Studio has 2 teams, and one of them might be working on Metroid, but he doesn't know, and the other one, it could be that game, but it could also be another one." And no. So he said it's not Kid Icarus, but it could be an old game.